Young world, put the seatbelt on real quick. Make this short and sweet. So everybody talking about the YSL Woody thing and the Boosie versus Ti thing. So first, the whole thing with the YSL Woody dude. If you see it, it looks creepy and crazy and stuff like that. But believe it or not, this goes on way more than you actually think it does. It's gut wrenching if you're out there in the streets and you see something like this, especially somebody like that's in your crew or something like that. Of course, I got broken into this type of thing about 20 years ago. I mean, of course, you always see paperwork and stuff like that. People talking about somebody snitched, but it was one time in particular. There's one dude from where I live at. I ain't gonna say his name. A respected dude. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that people thought was somebody. Somebody we knew ended up getting grabbed up, got snatched up or whatever, and ended up taking the case to trial. You know what I'm saying? So by them taking it to trial, which is something that a lot of people don't do, and it was a Fed case. The dude got all of his information, all the evidence. He got everything. So once he did that, the CD came out of this dude I know, and you talk about something hitting the hood like a tidal wave. This was like a massive, mega tidal wave. We all sat here and heard this. It wasn't no video. It was only audio. We sat there and listened to this boy that we knew tell all this. The same thing that's going on in this video, but it was audio, and we couldn't believe what we was hearing in that video. I tell you what, it was one of the most eye-opening things that I ever went through in my life as far as the streets. Listening to this boy that I knew, who we all thought was somebody, you know what I'm saying? Sit there and go through detail over detail, name after name, situation after situation. The CD had to be at least probably like an hour long, and him just sitting there just talking nonstop to these investigators and everybody. And this CD was everywhere. Everybody we knew had this CD. Shout out to you, Kyron Knows 144. Everybody we knew had this CD. Don't talk about something that devastated the hood. This shit devastated the whole city. So that's one. First things first. The best way to combat that is to stay out of the goddamn streets, because I guarantee you this goes on way more than you think. There's a lot of people out here doing exactly what this dude is doing. Somebody that's been around you for a long time working with the police. So to the T.I. and Boosie thing, this has been going on for a minute. I'm not really understanding why Boosie is coming out with this now and saying this. From what I understand, it was on Vlad. He came out and said this. This information with T.I. Just came out, I want to say like at least 2 or 3 months ago. And this is what I'm going to say about this. This is not the popular opinion, what everybody thinks. I've been hearing everybody say this and that. I will say this without making it sound creepy and weird. I'll say this much. Shout out to whoever, I can't see who that is. It's dark in here, but I will say this about T.I. with the whole thing with the town on his cousin or whatever happened. If that's the story or whatever, I will say this much. Me, myself, if I was wrapped up in something with somebody, some kind of whatever charge or whatever like that, and I died, I would say me myself, I wouldn't mind if the Joker told on me and put my name into it to get himself out of trouble. And that's just me saying that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind somebody doing that. So I'm kind of coming at it from like around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying it on the first part of it and sounding weird, I'm gonna just say it on the reverse end and put myself into the position of the dude that's dead. I myself wouldn't mind somebody doing that. If my peoples got jammed up, or me and him together, or whatever the case may be, and he had the opportunity to put it all on me, I'm dead, put it all on me, and walk off free, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I just wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if it's not something that's gonna put the rest of my family in danger, or my mom in danger, or my kids, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's saying it is still snitching, and I'm not saying it's not. I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? I'm not whatever, but I myself wouldn't have a problem with my people's. If I'm dead, I wouldn't have a problem with my people putting something on me so they could walk free. It only makes sense. Now, I'm not saying that's the whole scope of the whole thing with Ti. I'm not saying there's not more to it. I'm not as sure exactly the extent of it, but I'm just speaking for me. I wouldn't mind if somebody did that to me. Shit, if you use my death to get out of some shit, say my name and get up out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead. That's like I said. I know it might sound weird to some people because everybody's saying that he's snitching. I'm not saying it's not or whatever the case may be, but goddamn it, to cap off the whole thought, I wouldn't care if somebody, especially my homeboy, my peoples, my family, I wouldn't care if they use me as a dead man to get themselves out of trouble. Like I said, as long as it wouldn't be something that's going to come back and harm the rest of your family or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Put somebody else in danger. So that's all I say, man. I think it's kind of weird that Boosie comes out with this now, though, all of a sudden. This story is months old. I didn't even talk about this when it first happened. I don't think this is old already. Like, so why come out here now, other than to try to gain some type of clout or recognition or something like that? Or maybe he felt like the album was whack or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's about it, though. Shout out to everybody that came through. I can't really see who's in there because it's dark in here, but shout out to y'all. Have a good goddamn day.